Welcome back to Live from a Leo. Today's video is going to be on the dynamic between Leo and Virgo and their relationship. So this is a requested video. If you would like to see your relationship next, then you can go ahead and leave 2 zodiac signs down below in the comment section and I'll get to it whenever I do. So just be subscribed so that you can be notified whenever I post for your relationship, okay? So here's the Leo card in the back here. And the issue that they're having towards the Virgo is in regards to finances, okay? So it's pretty self-explanatory. What I don't know yet is if the Leo is the person providing for the Virgo or vice versa, because they can both have their own adverse effects depending on what's happening in the relationship. And here's the Virgo card. And the issue that they're having towards the Leo is the karmic relationship, okay? So with this card, it's basically saying that the Virgo is harboring some old issues that they have not let go of just yet, and it's causing friction in the relationship, basically. So let's see if these things are able to be worked through or if this is something that needs to be let go of, okay? So we're going to do the past, present, and future format for this reading for Leo and Virgo. Past, present, and future. Alrighty, so in the past, the energy that this relationship had was the Justice card in reverse. So this is saying obviously that things were not balanced, things were not fair, things were not just. Let's go ahead and see what this was all in regards to. What was not balanced in the situation? Okay. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So someone wasn't putting in the necessary effort or work. They were not investing that in the relationship. And then 10 of Cups here is saying that the other person was doing all of the emotionals, being emotionally there, and everything was balanced on their end. So if I had to guess, just looking at it, I would say the Leo wasn't putting in enough financial work or investing emotionally in the relationship, and the Virgo felt like they were putting way more into it. I'm going to go ahead and clarify just to make sure that that's what the cards are saying. Who wasn't putting enough? Yeah, we got the Leo card. So yeah, the Leo was the one who was not necessarily investing enough energy into the relationship. And then as far as the 10 of Cups go, we got the Sun card. So again, this could also be the Leo as well. So what I'm seeing here, the balance that wasn't here was because the Leo was not putting enough financially into the relationship, but emotionally they were all the way balanced. They were there, and at one point that was enough for the Virgo. In the past, that was the situation that was being had. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Working was not of the question for this Leo. So the issue with the finances for the Leo, like I said, I was trying to figure out which way that it affected the Leo. Maybe the Leo was feeling like they are not appreciated enough, or maybe they're not treated at the caliber that they would like to be treated by the Virgo, simply because they weren't putting in enough financially. And now the emotions that the Leo is providing is appreciated for this Virgo, but it's not enough to make the Virgo treat them as their equal. How would this situation in the past be able to be fixed? I see a card flipped over. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So one way that this could be fixed is the Virgo could simply just walk away because they feel like the Leo is not providing enough. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse is saying the foundation that has been set for the relationship could be one. I think you guys may want to make it work, but I feel like the Virgo is at a point where they just feel like there's not enough value in the situation. Depending on your relationship, whether it's been long term or just like something recent, that would determine what aspect this is actually falling in accordance to. But with the 5 of Swords in reverse, conversation that needs to be had, but for some reason it's just not being had. I think it's because it's just really uncomfortable. Home life is not up to par for the Leo, and when this is happening, especially dealing with the Leo, when they feel inferior to someone, or if they feel like someone is making them feel inferior, they could have a tendency to lash out in ways that don't really help them or the situation. And so I'm not sure if that's what's happening so far, but in the past, it definitely looks like the Leo and the Virgo are just not on the same page. But for some reason, I feel like this Virgo is not having that conversation with the Leo. It's like they're acting like everything's okay. Yeah, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. I'll provide. I'll do this. But they're not telling the Leo that this is the problem that they're having with them. They may not even know that this is the major issue that they're having with this Leo, but that's what the past issue is about. And that's where the peace is going to be had with having this conversation. Excuse me. So the present energy of the relationship is 3 of Wands here. So this is a pretty decent card. This actually means you guys have made improvements. I think you're at a place where you're kind of at a standstill because you know what you want for the future. Now it's just about kind of waiting and keeping the progress and the momentum going steady. What has been done to get to this point? The Star card in reverse. The what you've done in order to get to this spot now as a relationship, you have worked on yourself and you've worked on your goals internally, meaning you didn't go outside of yourself to fix the situation. You went within yourself to fix the situation. So now there's a new light coming, and no one else may be able to see this. I do think that you guys have let each other know about this though, or at least you've shown progression. Just by actions, you've shown that, you know, changes have been made. But it was like an internal type of thing that you had to do. With the moon card here, it was definitely something that, kind of like a full moon or a new moon, it was like a cycle that had to come about. It was something that was revealed to you, or you just kind of understood it within yourself. It was like an inner knowing, and you were like, okay, I got to do something to change this. It could have been very scary for this Leo to kind of take that leap. I think they were not feeling as confident that they could do what they needed to do, or they may have just felt not confident in general because of the situation that was happening in the past. And the Strength card in reverse is saying, again, this Leo was feeling less than powerful. And as we know, Leos are the kings and queens of the zodiac. So when they're not feeling regal, when they're not feeling like royalty, it can mean that they're in a very destructive place in their life, and they could do lots of things that are not beneficial to progressing in life. So I think when the Leo understood that they were just in a position where they needed to fix their life, they needed to turn their life around, and they just wanted to feel courageous and strong again, I think that's what made them get on their possessions again with this Knave of Pentacles, saying, it's like they just realized, okay, look, I'm not confident about the way that things are going, but what can I do to change that? A Leo's definitely a person who likes to be in charge, so maybe they're like, okay, maybe I need to just get my finances and my possessions up to par so that I can at least match this Virgo. And things can be a little bit more stable and equal. The King of Swords here, I definitely think that this was a very strategic move on the Leo's part, and I think this has brought the relationship to a point where it is definitely more smooth sailing than it is rocky and unpredictable and all of those type of things, right? Now, this was a slow thing coming. It didn't just happen, you know, overnight. This is something that took a very long time. I think a lot of obstacles kind of came in the way before this was something that was able to be executed by this Leo for them to even realize what the problem was. Now with the 6 of Pentacles here, this give and take relationship, being generous, being noble, I think the Virgo, being the Virgo that they are, I think that they took more initiative to make sure that this Leo was able to stay on their feet while they were kind of drowning in the waters. I think the Virgo was willing to make sacrifices in order to make sure that this Leo finally gets to this point, because I do think that once the Leo is stable, they are very generous and very, you know, Leos have huge hearts. So when they care about someone, usually only when they care about someone, they're willing to give and they're willing to, you know, do all these things for the person that they love. And I think the Virgo was willing to wait on that. It's just like the Leo had to turn on the switch for themselves in order to see that this is what needs to happen. And that makes perfect sense because Leo is fixed fire. So the visions that they have, the focus that they have has to be something that comes from them. If not, if they're getting their ideas and their inspirations and everything else from other people, they will never be truly balanced as a Leo. And that's when they get caught up in all of the feeling like they have to always be in the spotlight, or feeling like they are not good enough for everyone, or feeling like everyone's watching them but no one's applauding them. All of that comes from a Leo trying to satisfy others instead of the Leo going after their own goal and doing whatever they feel is right, because that's where the true power of Leo comes in and that courageousness comes in. The Virgos saw that and they understood that for sure. So moving to the future of this relationship, we have the Ace of Wands. So this is perfect. This is passion, creativity, this is movement. I do think that you guys will be able to keep this relationship going just based off of that card alone. I'm going to get more into it, but this is definitely saying you guys have found that new spark again. This is like that 111 energy. This is usually, it's about individuality and doing for yourself and focus and determination, but I think you guys have figured out how to bring that together. and to support each other in ways that is, it's like a new drive basically. But I feel like this is something that you guys came up with together. So let's see. 8 of Cups. So yeah, you guys are not walking away from the situation. I think the Virgo has made the decision that the Leo has made the necessary changes in order to be worthy of staying around. With the 4 of Swords in reverse, you guys are not settling. The Virgo's not settling with, you know, walking away, because they see that the Leo is starting to make action now as well. So with seeing the Leo make their decision and changing their ways, the Virgo's like, okay, good, now we're on the same page. Now we can make really big movements. Now we can build together. And that's what this Hangman in reverse is saying. Someone made the decision after sitting back, and it was both of you guys. It was the Leo determining for themselves what they need to do to change their self from the inside out, and the Virgo making the decision to stay and to work with this person now that they see that they want things to work out as well. Now, one point I do see that the King of the Knight of Cups, sorry, in reverse, I do think that you guys were a little less than optimistic about, is this really going to work? And I think it was because of the Virgo. The Virgo was thinking this for sure. And just because they weren't sure if the Leo was able to hold their end of the bargain, and they weren't sure if the love was even there to sustain. But with the Scorpio, the Death card in reverse, that cycle has ended. They're not thinking that anymore. I think the Virgo is at a position where they feel like there's actually something worth saving. What's the Leo stance on things of this relationship? What do they want from this relationship? 2 of Swords. Okay, so I think that the Leo wants this to work out, but I do think that they are a little defensive because they're not sure if the Virgo is completely on their side, because I think the Leo can feel that the Virgo sometimes jumps in and out of the boat of support. And as far as the Virgo, what do they want from this relationship? 7 of Wands. The Virgo is very adamant about what they feel in this relationship. They are very confident that you guys as a couple can get through anything, and they put their foot down to feel how they feel about this relationship, and I don't think there's any stopping that. So this is all very good. It looks like you guys will make it work out for sure. The old feelings that the Virgo was harboring, I think they're finally starting to subside, especially towards the future. The Leo, I guess, was the one who had the most growing to do. They definitely seem to mature presently. They're maturing. And all of the issues seem to be past issues. So this seems to be a really, really good read. I don't see anything that's terrible. I think everything that needs to be worked out is working itself out. And you guys are doing it in a way that is perfect for you guys as a couple and as individuals. So that's always good to see. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see your relationship next, don't forget to comment down below 2 zodiac signs that you would like to see me do next, and then subscribe so that you can be notified whenever I post that video for you. Also, don't forget to watch your monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm Love from a Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until next time, Leo and Virgo, I will see you very, very soon.